a lot of hard work went into making the first film, and a lot of people don't really keep in mind that you shot a lot of that twice. Once with Eric Stoltz, once with Michael J. Fox. And what I was wondering is, were you kind of, that being your first big film, were you kind of terrified after that happening that you might get fired too, or that, okay, there's enough footage of me without Eric Stoltz in the shot that, okay, they're not going to fire me?
I didn't have that confidence at all, and I was very fearful that I would be fired at any minute. Honestly, I was.
Yeah, somewhat the same. I was worried about that for the first day of shooting.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
You just don't know. This was my first big. I just didn't want to blow it. And, so everyone says, oh, there must have been funny Back to the Future stories. You must have a million of them. I really don't have many, because I was really trying to memorize my lines, not make mistakes, do a good job, not bump into anyone, so that it would be great. And so that I wouldn't get fired, because, Eric was doing it, and we're filming, and then there was something wrong, but I didn't know what was wrong, but there's something going on. And then they stopped production on a particular day. We're not going to shoot this day. And that was very strange. And I was at home, and I was thinking, is the whole movie going to stop? Is that why people were nervous? Are they going to just pull the plug on it? And then Bob Gale, a producer, writer, called me at home, said, Tom, could you come down to the studio? We would like to talk to you. It's me, I'm getting fired. I really thought that. It was the longest drive I've ever taken in my life. I said, Bob, please, just tell me on the phone. We'd like to tell you in person. We'd like to talk to you. I take this long drive, and I'm thinking what we think, don't blow it, just stand up and say, well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and then I'll move to Alaska and work on one of those crab fishing boats, I guess. I don't know what to do now. That'll be it, And they took me in and said, we have some bad news. Oh, yes, we've had to fire Eric. It wasn't just, I said, will you say that again? We've had to fire Eric, and we're casting Michael J. Fox, and we're going to go back and redo all these scenes that we've done before. And I said, I get paid for that, right? They said, well, yes. And you'll still have free snacks? Yeah, there'll be snacks. Yes! So, and then we did the weeks of filming again.
Yeah, I didn't have foreknowledge that might happen. And I didn't smell it. I just didn't get any sense of it. Eric Stoltz was a good actor. He was acting good. And, I just didn't pick up that there was something wrong. Because they wanted somebody with a comic flair, and Eric doesn't innately have a kind of a comicness about him, so they had to have Michael. And they'd also tried to get Michael before they started filming Back to the Future 1, but he was tied up with
his television show.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like it could work out. But so it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, out at the set in the City of Industry, in the parking lot, with all that beginning stuff happens. And they asked us to come back after lunch, which is 1 a.m. or something like that, and to some place. And everybody was there. Spielberg was there, and blah, 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 and they made the announcement. And I was like, oh my God. I felt that every day was a maybe day, because I was still trying to get my bearings with Doc Brown. I was still trying to find him, so I really put a lot into every shot for 6 weeks. And I thought, oh my God, I've got to do that over again. Mm-hmm. It was just like, but it worked out. And I didn't have to do every shot over again. And then it was really apparent, the chemistry with Michael just suddenly
Yes.
came alive.
So we only have time